So yeah, I mean, it's coming to the end of the first UK tour in years. I mean, how did it feel to be back on these shores, I guess?
Really good. You know, it's like a second home here. I mean, we toured the UK really before we toured America. Zane Lowe was the first person that ever played us in the air. So we went right from New York to London. And so it feels very good to be back. It's kind of heartbreaking that we haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, because it's, what, is it 4 or 5 years?
We did a tour in 2007. So that would be the last time.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, how have these shows been going then? Obviously you're about 13 dates in now, is it?
Something like that. I don't really remember anymore. Yeah, great. Really good. It's great to be back, and just really fun to play all the songs and stuff. We've been playing more, I mean, a mix, but we've been playing more of the older ones, obviously, because people know those more. And so it's fun. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like going back and playing the first album from a band that you like. You know, you kind of haven't played a lot of these songs in a while.
Yeah, I mean, because I guess that's a big difference in the audience, like the UK and the US audience. It's kind of, for a lot of people, unless the sort of people who go on Hype Machine, it's a nostalgia thing. I guess you come back. Kind
of, it seems like half and half. You know, some people that know the first album really well, but the other half of the crowd knows all the new, is much younger and knows all the new songs as well, which I guess they've got from imports.
Yeah, I mean, because sound-wise, I mean, even though it's been so long you've been here, you still kind of seem relevant. I was listening to the album again today, and it's sort of, everything still seems relevant, like you fit in.
Right, thanks. Well, you know, it's funny. I think a lot of what's going on in pop music now is taken from what was happening underground in 2003, 2004. I hear, you know, I could hear a Britney Spears song, and I'm like, man, that sounds like Lower East Side, New York, 2003. It's really strange.
Yeah.
That kind of thing will happen. I guess it just takes so long for the underground to filter into mainstream consciousness.
Yeah, it takes a while for it, and then it sort of comes out a watered-down version.
Yeah, it's interesting. But even the watered-down version of that is more interesting than your traditional pop fare. So I'd rather hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd still rather hear that.
Yeah, I mean, what's the American pop scene or music scene like at the moment? Because I guess Britain, we've been X-Factorized, and I guess that's soon to happen over there.
Well, that's going on. X Factor's that's like American Idol.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of thing. Who's Got Talent or whatever.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing with Simon Cowell's.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's definitely very big. You know, Kelly Clarkson, what's his face? Lambert, you know, all those guys, David Cook, Daughtry. Yeah, a lot of that's going on. But then there's also kind of the Dr. Luke thing, which to me is interesting because it does take a lot of those old elements. It takes a kind of a rock and roll subtext to the whole pop thing. Yeah, and I guess the Strokes are back as well with an album that sounds pretty much like the first album. I have not heard it. I mean, have you heard it? Has anyone heard the single? I heard the single Wednesday, but I know the album. But the single sounds very. Oh yeah, old school Strokes. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, looking back to the archives, as I said, in so many shows you did. I was looking back, and you did Manchester Apollo, and you did the City Ground with U2, wasn't it? Yeah, massive shows. Yeah, that was amazing. U2. I mean. When I was a little kid, U2 was the first band that I was just obsessed with. And I remember learning about, you know, like, what's a bass? I know what a guitar is, but what is a bass? And like, you know, Adam Clayton plays bass? What's that? And then I discovered what a bass was, and then I became a bass player. And I was like, it has a record label. I was like, what is a record label? What does that mean? Island Records. And so then years later, Bravery signed with Island Records. I'll never know whether that was a psychological thing on my part. How much Freudian shit was going on there when we wound up signing with the first label that I ever knew about. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, how's obviously your attitude changed the label since what's happened in the last few years with you guys?
We have in the UK, but not in the US. We're still on island in the US.
Yeah. So, I mean, how does it feel like, obviously, you're up there at that stage, what happened with label? Is it kind of like an underlying bitterness to labels at the moment, you guys, or...?
The UK label thing has been pretty horrendous. The American label thing has been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like anything, you know. It depends on your individual experience. I do not think there's anything inherently evil about signing with a major label. The reason for that is not that major labels are good. It's just the reason for that is that indie labels are just as evil. Indie labels can be awful. They can be even worse. They can be just as petty and shallow. But there's less money involved, so it's just even more annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot's changed as well with labels as well. Since when you first came out, everyone was on MySpace. Now no one gives a shit about it.
You know, I think people still go to MySpace to see about bands. I just don't think they give a shit about MySpace for anything else.
Yeah,
that's kind of, I think, the one thing that MySpace still has over Facebook is that. You know, when you hear about a new band, don't you check it out on MySpace?
You do go to MySpace.
You don't really go to Facebook to check it out.
Yeah.
You go to their website or Wikipedia, but it's just kind of often quickest to go to MySpace.
And have you've got used to the whole having to Twitter and Facebook and that?
Not really, I don't do that.
No.
We Twitter just news, informational things.
Yeah.
You know, this single's coming out. We're playing here tonight. But we don't do like, I'm eating a ham hock sandwich and I love it. We don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, you like to keep the kind of mystery of...
That's not that. It's just I don't understand Twitter because I don't want to have to be stressed out thinking about something funny and clever to say all day. It's another thing I have to worry about. I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it. I know some people that are really good at it and have huge followings, but they really do spend a lot of their day figuring out what this funny, clever thing is going to be. Or they'll take an entire day out of the week and plan the whole week.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's a day of your one day gone.
Yeah, and I guess if
you're
in a band, there's better things to do.
Yeah, I'd rather do other stuff. You know, I mean, Twitter can be entertaining, but it's just another thing I gotta worry about. I don't know. I don't quite get it.